What's up my boys and guys, it's your Ranger Boy here, and oh my god, you guys know what is really difficult and unusual for me right now? Uploading nearly every day. God, I earn so much more respect for every daily uploading YouTuber right now. Maybe I'm doing all this because my girl Ranger Serena still is on holidays and I really miss her. But on a serious note, what really isn't difficult for me at all is my Alola League prediction. How comes that it isn't difficult for you at all? Well, before I will answer that, tell me in the comments who you would pick as your first ever Alola League winner. And with that out of the way, grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's do this. So before we will enter the real meat of the video, let's discuss the side dishes first, aka the guys who could still debut and crystallize themselves as Ash's new rivals. And in my opinion, the most likely candidates for that position are Guzma and Hao. I have stated before in my past video that I would love if Guzma would appear in the Sun and Moon anime as a rival of Ash, because not only would there be an interesting chemistry between them, and the reason could be, for example, that Ash for the majority of the time defeats Guzma's grunts, but also because he has some history with Kukui, who Ash has a really deep connection with. In case of Hao, he sadly is missing such a meaningful connection to Ash or his surroundings, and in my opinion he would most probably end up as Ash's rival who came out of nowhere with the potential to kick Ash out of the league. And also his goofball and relaxed kind of attitude in the games reminds me a lot of Cameron from Black and White, who, as you guys might know, was the rival who kicked Ash out of the Unova League without any proper build-up beforehand. But now let's enter the meat. First, let's talk about Ilima. Out of the four obvious choices, Ilima is the most unlikely guy to win the league or even beat Ash. Yes, he has some experience in the Kalos League, but he barely had any rivalry with Ash, and in my opinion he suits more to be the role of being beaten by Ash in the preliminaries, like Conway or Nando in Diamond and Pearl. Next we have Kiawe, and in my opinion he actually has a very good chance to win the league, because both his ambitions and backstory would suit very well as the first ever Alola League champion. By working at the farm, going to school and training at night, he can be a great role model for future Alolan trainers, and his backstory of how he obtained his Z-Ring thanks to his grandpa is still really fascinating to me, and is also deeply rooted into the Alolan tradition. But there are two problems I see with Kiawe. First, he needs to catch more Pokemon, since the knockout phases usually have 6v6 battles, and we don't really have that much time left in the Sun and Moon anime, and I'm not so sure if he'll be able to not only catch Pokemon but also have a meaningful and significant story with them, since he is one of the main protagonists. Secondly, his rivalry build-up with Ash so far was really bad. They started by hinting a rivalry between the two in episode 2, and they never mentioned that again until episode 74. What the fuck? So on the one hand, he is one of my favorite Sun and Moon characters and would make a great role model, but on the other hand, catching 3 to 4 Pokemon while also having a proper build-up rivalry with Ash, I don't know how much justifiable a win over Ash or the league in general would be for Kiawe. The runner-up for my pick of the Alola League winner is Ash himself. Winning the Alola League would be a huge boost in his credibility, because he would be engraved in the history books as the first ever league champion. Just imagine if he would win against the likes of Gladion, Kiawe, Guzma and Hao. That would be awesome! The only reason why he wouldn't win is because he's Ash, aka the forever 10-year-old whose journey has to continue on over and over again. And also many people lost hope to the guy thanks to Sinnoh and Kalos. I still wish he would have won the Kalos League, guys. So obviously my top pick for the winner of the first ever Alola League is Gladion. Why? Because first of all, without any shame, I admit I am a proud Gladion fanboy. But even without my love for the Edgelord, everything about him winning the league would make sense. He has an amazing backstory which would be a future inspiration for every trainer. Him saving his mom from the dangerous Ultra Beast. Also, since he doesn't really depend on his mom when it comes to both his goal and his reputation, that could also be used as a role model for kids, because he depends on his own accomplishments rather than of accomplishments of other people. And unlike Kiawe, he can catch plenty of Pokemon without a necessary story, because he is not a main protagonist. And his rivalry build-up with Ash is nearly perfect. They clash on 2 occasions now, and more than often had opposite moral attitudes to each other. For example, Ash thinking that not every Ultra Beast is bad, while Gladion sees them as a threat. Gladion not understanding why Ash has been chosen by Tapu Koko and other individuals, while Ash is just accepting it. And in the latest episode, we had another moral conflict, with Ash wanting to help Naganadel, while Gladion wanted to concentrate on the main mission of freeing Solgaleo from Necrozma. And I can totally see in the future both Ash and Gladion clashing, not only when it comes to the battling, but also when it comes to morals and things they stand for. That's why, in my opinion, Gladion is the complete package, and my pick for the winner of the Alola League. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little video. Tell me once again, who's your favorite to be the first ever Alola League winner? And just like always, I see you guys in the comments down below. Bye guys!